let us see the two final rules of inference. One is called as constructive dilemma and another one is called as destructive dilemma. In constructive dilemma, P or Q and P implies R and Q implies S tautologically implies R or S. What does that mean? Whenever this left hand side is true, the right hand side cannot be false. That means whenever at least one of P and Q is true and P implies R is true and Q implies S is true, that means at least one of R and S must be true. That is what the formula is saying. We will verify the formula and we are going to verify this one slightly differently. So what I will do, we will first of all write down the left hand side, which is P or Q and P implies R and Q implies S, and then on the other hand I am going to write down the right hand side R or S. Now we want the left hand side to be true, because what is the meaning of tautological implication? When the left hand side is true, right hand side cannot be false. So we are working only those cases where the left hand side is true. Now in order this P or Q to be true, this should be either true false or false true, or it can be true true, because it's a conjunctive term. So P or Q should be true, at the same time P imply R should be true, at the same time Q imply S should be true. Then and then only this entire left hand side will become true. Now P is true, so this P will also become true, and we want P imply R to be true. Now in order to if we want P imply R to be true, what should be the value of R? Should R be false or true? If I make R equal to false, this will become true imply false and the implication will become false. We want this implication to be true, and that is why the value of R should also be true. Then Q is already false, and when Q is false, S can be anything, because false implies false will be true and false implied true will also be true. So we are not worried about the value of S. I will take X, and in this condition true implied true will be true, false imply anything will be true, and true or false will also be true. True and true will be true. So left hand side becomes true. So when left hand side becomes true, let us worry about the right hand side. Right hand side is R or S. What is the value of R? R is true. Or what is the value of S? It is X. X means it can be either true or false, it can be anything. So true or X is equivalent to true, and therefore left hand side is true, right hand side also becomes true. So let us consider this case. P is false, Q is true. Now when P is false, this R can be anything, because false imply false is true, false imply true is also true. But Q is true, and when Q is true, S has to be true, because true imply true becomes true. If you take S false, true imply false will become false. So with this combination, the entire left hand side will become true, true and true and true. So let us see what is the value of the right hand side. The right hand side is R, which is X, or S, which is true. Now X or true will again come out to be equal to true, and similarly in the last case, true or true. So P is true, okay, Q is also true. Now when P is true, R must be true, so that this implication is true, and when Q is true, S must be true. Again here if you evaluate the right hand side, it will be R or S, true or true, which comes out to be equal to true. So this formula proves that wherever the left hand side is true, the right hand side will also be true, and this condition is exactly what is called as tautological implication. So right hand side cannot be false when the left hand side is true, and that is why we can say right hand side is the logical consequence of left hand side, or we can say that the left hand side tautologically implies the right hand side. Okay, and let us see the last and final rule of inference. It is again very similar to this. Okay, let us write down the formula first. The left hand side, it is negation of R or negation of S and P implies R and Q implies S, and here we are going to see the value of negation of P or negation of Q. Now this should be true, so negation R should be true or negation S should be false, false or true, and finally true or true. Now if we want negation R to be true, the value of R must be false, and if the value of R is false, then the value of P must be true, because if you take, okay, here P can be anything, because true implies false will become, okay, what will be true implies false? True implies false will be false. Now because R is false, here the value of P must be false, because if you take P equal to true, then true imply false will become false, and we want this implication to be true. Each and every term we want true. So here we need to take P as false, and here negation of S is false. That means the value of S has to be true, and when S is true, Q can be anything, because false imply true is true and true imply true is also true. So P has to be false and Q can be anything. R is false, S is true. And now let us try to evaluate the right hand side. It is negation P. Now what is the value of P? It is false. Therefore the value of negation P will be true or negation Q. Now Q is X, therefore negation of Q will be X. We don't know what will be the negation of Q. If Q is false, negation will be true. If Q is true, then negation will be false. But we don't know exactly what is the value of Q. Therefore we also don't know the value of negation Q. So I will write down X. But true or X will come out to be equal to true. Now let us consider the same case. Negation R is false, therefore R must be true. Negation S is true, therefore S must be false. Now when R is true, P can be anything, because true imply true will be true, false imply true will also be true. Here S implies false, S is false, and therefore Q cannot be true, because if you take Q true, then true imply false will become false, and we want this implication to be true. That is why the value of Q must be false, so that false imply false becomes true. So this is the left hand side, and now let us see what happens at the right hand side. So negation P, what will be the value of negation P? P is X, unknown, therefore negation of P will also be unknown, or negation Q. Now Q is false, and therefore negation of Q will be true, and X or true will come out to be equal to true. Similarly, here negation R is true, therefore R must be false. Negation S is true, that means S must be false. Now R is false, implication is true, that means P must be false. Here S is false, implication is true, that means Q must be false. And now let us evaluate the right hand side. Negation P, P is false, therefore negation P will be true, or Q is false, and therefore negation Q will be true, and that is why true or true will be equivalent to true. Again the same thing, whenever the left hand side is true, right hand side is also true. Now these are the three cases when left hand side is true, and in each of the three cases the right hand side also becomes equal to true, and thus we are proving that both these implications are tautological implications. Both the right hand side are logical consequences of the left hand side. I hope you are very clear with this. Try to derive this formula and practice this very well. because this will be needed, this will help further in solving the questions from GATE exam as well as in solving the previous GATE questions. Thank you.